Hello, everyone. This is Suzanne at the Gospel Truth, where we do devotionals. Sometimes we'll study out of a book. In fact, speaking of a book, I got this in the mail yesterday. We all know probably who Dr. David Jeremiah is. And he wrote a book, Keep the Faith. How to Stand Strong in a World Turned Upside Down. Starting probably next week, we will be starting in this book. I think it's more important than ever to know how to persevere in the world that we live in today. It's not easy at times, is it? All right. Today we have a great devotional. Today is Tuesday, June 11th. This month is just zipping by. I am in the process of getting my day going, believe it or not. Had a slow start this morning. So let's get started. The name of the devotional today is called First Night. What do you do for protection as a Christian? We need to be putting on something. We need to dress properly, wear the right attire. If we're going to have any hope of making it in this world and all the chaos and things that are going on, we need to put on the full armor of God, right? Put on all of God's armor so that you will be able to stand firm against all strategies and tricks of the devil. That sounds good to me. Picture two knights sitting on sparkling white horses. They face a gleaming castle surrounded by mammoth stone walls, which in turn are circled by a wide moat. Archers line the battlements, awaiting the signal to launch their deadly arrows at the pair below. The first knight wears a shining suit of armor. A heavy helmet protects his head. His body is encased in a massive iron suit. His arms and legs are enclosed by hinged pieces of metal. His armor is completed by heavy boots and rigid gloves. I imagine that weighed well over 100 pounds, all this heavy armor. The second knight sits astride his charger like the first knight, but the only metal he's wearing are the braces on his teeth. A backward baseball hat and sunglasses protect his head from the glare of the sun. His shirt bears a picture of Ren and Stimpy. A pair of shorts, socks, and Reebok shoes complete his attire. Wow. The first knight looks at the second. He says, We shall charge yon castle on my signal and bring honor to our families this fair day. He raises the broadsword he holds in his right hand and points it in the direction of the castle. Okay, dude, the second knight says as he lifts his baseball bat. Whatever. Which knight would you rather be? The first knight is rather confined, of course. It gets stuffy and sweaty inside his unwieldy suit, and it's hard to scratch your back or wipe your nose. The second knight is totally free of such restrictive dress. He's got it made, right? Wrong. The first knight may feel restricted by his armor, but he wears it for his own good. The second knight may be more comfortable, more free, but he's unprotected. Now that brings to my mind, how many people are out there that don't want to play by God's rules? They're too restrictive. They're too hard to follow. I don't want to put all that on me. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. They're very unprotected, and they don't realize the trouble that they're getting into and how Satan is controlling and directing their lives, not God. God's command works like a suit of armor. They're designed to protect you from the fiery arrows aimed at you by Satan. His command, not to steal, for example, protects you from the guilt and fear of punishment and the shame, embarrassment, and real punishment that would result if you got caught. His command not to lie protects you from being trapped by a web of your own lies, spun from having to invent new lies to cover up the old ones. It also keeps you from losing the trust of your friends and family. His command to forgive those who have hurt you protects you from becoming a bitter, resentful person. God's commands are not designed to cramp your style or spoil your fun. They're intended, like a suit of armor, to protect you from harm. Do you ever feel cramped by God's commands? Do you ever feel they limit your freedom? How can you become more aware of the ways in which God's commands protect you from the devil? Remember that he prowls around like a roaring lion looking for some victim to devour. Pray. God, thank you for your love and for the way you protect me by demanding my obedience to your commandments. Please help me with the weakest part of my armor right now, which is fill in the blank. What do you feel is the weakest part in your armor right now? What can you do about this? How can you strengthen that weak link in your armor? Through prayer, through meditation, through reaching out to someone you trust to talk to help you, to guide you. Those are all wonderful things that we can do to protect ourselves. Be aware that there is a problem. Don't deny it. Don't say, oh, it doesn't matter. It does matter. We must protect ourselves from the fiery darts of Satan at all times. More so in this wicked, wicked, wicked world that we live in today. All right, I hope you've enjoyed that devotional today. Sometimes I think we need to be reminded of some of these basic principles in the Bible, even though they're simple, they're beneficial. It's simple to put on the armor of God. It's simple to be protected by the armor of God. We must allow it to envelop us, to be aware of what's going on, what is right, what is wrong, and always choose the narrow path, even if it's unpopular. All right, I hope you've enjoyed that devotional for today. I did. All right, I need to get the rest of my day going. I got several little things that I need to get done. I, again, ask for your prayers. My shoulder is giving me fits still. They said that's to be expected. Hopefully, at my 3-month mark, it will be better. I think it was April 30th that I had surgery, so May 30th was 1 month. So I'm heading down to the 30th of June for my 2nd month. So it can only get better from here, right? We got to keep those positive attitudes. All right, you take care. Lord willing, I'll be back on tomorrow with another great devotional. Take care.